Meet Michelle Morris. She resides in Norristown, Pennsylvania. Michelle is a loving wife, mother of 4 children, and grandmother of 7 wonderful grandchildren. She is a licensed cosmetologist, certified health and wellness coach with Dr. Sears. Join us every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the Hicks Sisters Zoom call. Ask for the password.
The company that connected all of us together. And I'm so excited to be part of this company because I wouldn't have met these amazing women and men on this journey, inspiring healthy living around the world. The company is 50, going on 51 years, fabulous 50 like I am. And the same president, Jay Martin, who started it back in 1970, is still in the helm. Amazing visionary. And I'm just honored to be part of such a massive global company in over now 26 countries. We just opened up Mexico last year, so that was very exciting. But if you didn't know, in the 70s, the company actually was the forerunners for smoke detectors. Believe it or not, that's what we got, smoke detectors in the home. And then in the 80s, most people know the company actually has NSA, National Safety Associates. And they were the ones who were the forerunners again, as always in this company, for the water filters. That's where most people know them for. And then we were blessed in early 90s with the Juiceplus product, fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And then they reflagged the name to the Juiceplus company. And then in 2012, oh my goodness, the Tower Gardens, why you're here for this call. Revolutionary. It was Tim Blanks from Future Growers, and he made it a point to bring this technology to the residents, to us, so we could grow our own food. And I do believe that this will be like the refrigerator. Everybody will have a Tower Garden because you can control your food source. And I think that is so critical, especially as we're going into 2021. 2020 was an amazing year for our company. Record sales month after month after month. And 2021 is shaping up to be another amazing record sale year for all of us. We're just grateful for you to be part of this journey. I actually found out about this company now almost 16 years ago, come April. That's how long we have been, just a part of this amazing community. And I will tell you the longevity, the authenticity, the quality product, the research that we have, even behind the Tower Gardens, are bar none. And I will tell you that 16 years later, I would not be doing this if it really weren't making an impact in people's lives. And it's really about educating and empowering you to take control of your health so that, guess what? You get in the driver's seat, and then we start passing down generational health to our children.
The person who brought Tower Gardens to Hawaii was Wendy Lowe, and she actually has Tower Gardens on several of the islands in people's homes, all the way to massive farms, because if you can imagine, everything on Hawaii on those islands is expensive because you have to import pretty much everything. So growing your food saves you a ton of money, and you actually know what is in it. And the nutrients aren't depleted because it hasn't traveled for so many thousands of miles. Well, I'm based out of Ohio. And in Ohio, not only do we have them in homes and schools, but one of the unique places that we have them in is the Ronald McDonald House, where it serves a ton of our patients with chronic diseases. There are a lot of kids there. And the Alzheimer's and dementia assisted living places like Kemper House of Worthington, they are actually seeing some pretty significant results in, combating the effects of Alzheimer's and dementia using nutrition. So a lot of those people have not just the Tower Gardens in use, but there's quite a few people that have capsules in there as well.
I am Michelle Morris, and I am a mother of 4 grown children. I have 7 grandchildren. I have a fabulous, supportive husband, and I have been on Juiceplus since 2019. So I'm gonna tell you a brief story about myself. So when Henry was talking about the omegas, it's the truth. I'm a cardiac patient. I was born with a heart defect that wasn't diagnosed until I was 18 years old, when I was going for my dream job that I could not achieve because I had to have emergency surgery. My aorta was narrowing and hardening, which is the same thing my grandmother died of. And what I would have died of was a cerebral hemorrhage. So fast forward, I suffered with diabetes, and I was on medication, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure. Right now, my high blood pressure medicine has been decreased, and I'm still managing my blood pressure with diet and exercise, because they really want your blood pressure to be like 110, 115. But when mine's is that low, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I function better when it's about 120 over 80, and that's what works for me. But they say I still need it, but so whatever. So I started Juiceplus because I had my fourth mini stroke, and my girlfriend said, Michelle, I have someone that can help you. So I said, I must really be sick. So I went to her, and she introduced Juiceplus to me, and I thought I should try it. What's the worst that could happen? I'll either stay the same or do better. Because I was told after my pacemaker, my energy would come back. It did not, okay? So I'm here to tell you that I will be 64 years old, and I look younger now than I did when I was very, very sick. So I put all my family that listen to me on Juiceplus. My husband fighting me tooth and nail. He's on the phone right now, but he believes in it. Also, I'll tell you a little tidbit. We just put my dog on the Omega because his hip was bothering him. He had to take him to the doctor, and guess what? They wanted to give him medicine. My husband admitted to me today he saw better results with the Omega. So I'm just saying that's our experience. So after doing the Shred program, I said, I'm gonna grow my own vegetables. So I'm gonna show you my taro garden. I have the Flex. I personally prefer the Flex, and I'll tell you why. And I use one outside in the summer. I live in Pennsylvania. And then I use one inside in the summer. But now that it's cold, both are inside in my living room. So I do taro to table. So this is my taro garden, the original. And what we're growing on here is different types of kale. There's Swiss chard. There's bok choy. I love bok choy. Okay, that's and just a variety. Yes, bok choy, different kale. Oh, and Swiss chard. And I just planted some. What did we plant? Can y'all see this? Arugula. Okay, so we planted some arugula. So that's what we're growing here, and we literally eat off it every day, right? So I do this and I share with my daughter who lives in Pennsylvania as well. And I will show you my other taro garden here. So we're growing lettuce, bib lettuce, some more kale, spinach, arugula, and down here, I will show you, I hope you see this. We just started growing some chives. I love chives in my eggs. And I wanted to show you this. So this is a picture of my okra. So I'm a Caribbean girl, and we love okra. So this summer, I grew so much okra, and I was like, oh my God, I better freeze some because I want to have some in the wintertime because I love some stir-fried okra with some and some veggie broth. So anyway, that's what we do here in the Mars home. And I encourage any of you that are interested in the taro garden, it's worth it, because when Whole Foods, when the pandemic started, they did not have any vegetables in the supermarket. Guess what? My family ate. So that's my story, and I hope the best. I hope this was inspiring to you as well.
To chat with everyone tonight. I am always looking forward to this call. You know, it was 3 years ago that I was introduced to whole food concentrates. I got into just an easy, girlfriend conversation with my neighbor. And she mentioned to me that she floods her body with over 30 whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and omegas every single day. And I was so curious to find out what she was doing, you guys, because she looked so beautiful and she looked so happy and healthy. wow, was I so relieved when I found out that I could do the same for my body and for my family in the form of a capsule or a gummy. So I got started right away. And you guys, the changes that I began to see just within a matter of weeks for my entire family were just remarkable. You know, immediately I started feeling better. I started sleeping better. I used to just not even think I was a morning person, but I started just waking up feeling more energetic, like I got a good quality night's sleep. And for me, that was so needed, you guys. Even a few months after that, my husband and I started to notice other things like, you know what? We really weren't reaching for a lot of those things that we had in our medicine cabinet anymore. We also started to notice that, you know, our hair, skin, and nails started to make positive changes. And so that's what really convinced us to dive in even more. And that's when we added tower gardening into our every single day. You guys, this has added so much enjoyment, something that my husband and I can do together and really just love doing this summer. You know, we started with one tower, and before that summer was even over, we had 2 tower gardens. Then that winter, we moved one inside. And then you guys, we've added towers, and now I want to show you what we have here. Now, even though these are bare towers, wait, I have to turn on the lights because we've lost our lighting out here. Even though these are bare towers, I just want you to visualize what we have planned to do this summer. So right here on this little bit of space, because we don't have a yard that extends, I'm growing all of my family's food and food for my extended family and neighbors all on this little patio space. And I'm gonna walk you back there in a moment. This tower last week you saw was full of our microgreens and full of all of our greens and flowers. But I want to show you, you guys, this thing was so easy to take apart and clean. All I did was just soak the pieces in some hot water, vinegar, and a little dash of liquid detergent, and they just wiped really easy clean. And so we have a set here, and all of these we're going to be moving out here to this patio space. And so I'm really excited to show you what we have still growing through the winter. And so I am in Evans, Georgia. You guys, I put on a coat and a scarf to come on out here. But even though the temperatures have dropped below freezing, I am still able to grow year round. This here is my greens and onions and celery and Swiss chard and rainbow chard. And you can see these plants have been growing and harvesting for quite a while, and they're just about done. But we're going to continue to grow these until just a few more weeks until the weather warms up, and then we bring out the other towers. And then over here, this is my herb tower. You've heard me call it my healing tower because I just grow all of these feel-good stuff. Over the summer, we're planning to grow again sunflowers and marigolds. But right now, you see tarragon, rosemary, thyme, cilantro, chamomile, stevia, echinacea. I've taken the microgreen section off of the other tower and just moved it over here so you can see how easy it is and so flexible. I guess that's why it's called the flex, you guys. How flexible it is, because this piece that I have right here, down the light, is actually the piece that was on that other tower last week when I had a chance to talk with you. We have cabbage and collards and thyme. I think I covered everything that's on these 2 towers. The one thing that I do want to point out to you, I just want to show you that all I have as far as a yard is just this little bit of patio. So this is a lot that I'm able to do in just a little bit of space. And you guys, this is just steps away from my kitchen. And I just want to show you what having a micro farm or, 5 towers will even look like when we're changing season. All of the towers outside, I'm going to put these extensions on. These are some extra pumps and timers that we've gotten. And then this last thing that I'm really proud of, I want to show you, I've updated my mom's biscuit recipe to include, can I get a good sunlight? Look at that. I'm beginning to cook with more pansies and a little rosemary, and I did a little bit of seasoning here. And so I'm really proud of this dish because it really is a recipe that my mom passed down to me, but I was able to incorporate, you know, some things that I've learned through this wonderful community about how to really just keep your, you know, your roots and your heritage, but then just bring in a healthier element to it. So I'm really glad that this community has taught me so much about just living our healthiest and best life. You guys, thanks so much for letting me share.
Hicks Sisters and so many others who found in that robbery to end up sharing their stories and their experiences with the towers. As Beverly said, we kind of got thrust into this with a health situation, diagnosed through the Juiceplus company, where we were able to just take better control of our health. But in 2012, they introduced the Tower Gardens, which gives the opportunity to help people take control of the food source. And so that was just also an addition to our company. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn my screen around so that you can actually see the Tower Gardens that we have in our dining room. So this is the Tower Garden Flex. It's the original version of the Tower Garden, where it holds 20 gallons of water down at the base that you have here. It has a pump, and it pushes the water up through the center of the tower, and it gets to the top, and then it showers the root system as the water comes back down. It utilizes LED lights, which use a very low amount of power. I think somebody said like $9 a year, so very low. And the Tower Garden Flex, where you grow 20 different plants, you have the ability to add extension kits to it. On ours, we have a variety of different types of lettuces. The colorful plants you see there are marigolds, which are natural insect repellent, and it just has done tremendous things. So just like there's a timer with the pump down in the base, there's a timer associated with the light system as well. So it's set to come on when the sun comes up in the day, and it'll turn itself off at night. And the pump it has an indoor-outdoor, so it waters itself in a regular manner. Now I'm going to show you the Tower Garden Home, which is the newest version of the Tower Garden. It has a 13-gallon base at the bottom. And Lori showed you one that was where she had it already clear. So it has 16 full-size ports, and it has 16 microgreen ports. What we did here is we cleared off the additionals, because just like with the Tower Garden Flex, you can actually add extension kits here. So the original 16 plus 16 microgreen or baby green ports gives you 32, but this extension kit, the baby green extension kit, adds an additional 32 ports, for a total of 62 plants that can be actually grown on this particular tower. Now we actually like doing full-size plants, so instead of putting the microgreen plants in, we just put some of the full-size plants into our microgreen ports and just put a space in between the plants. So now I'm going to actually take you out to the tower, to our outdoor towers. We just got another light. I'm going to do two things where you can grow your towers indoors or outdoors, and you can go year-round. As we now are up in Virginia, it gets a little colder than it did when we were down in Georgia. So I'm going to show you the Tower Garden. This is the side I've already exposed, so we can actually walk into it. I am going to take you around to the back side of the tower so you can see what it would look like when the tower is actually closed. So that door actually closes, and so that actually keeps it in like a miniature greenhouse. So this is only 6 by 12, 6 by 10. So it's very small, but it actually holds 3 to 4 of our Tower Gardens. We only put 3 of them indoors, but in here we have some kale, a variety of different types of kales, your Russian kale, your green curly kale, your Tuscany kale. We have many Swiss chard and collard green plants and chives and so forth. So you can pretty much grow, again, year round. You see how rich and green these particular plants are. Some of these plants are actually 2 and 3 years old. I think we have one on the backside that's 3, going on 4. Me and you went around, we had Bubba, who now would have been going on his 5th year, but we decided to put it to rest. But you just have fun. Like I say, indoors or outdoors. Many people just put it in their garages as it turns cold, or just or you actually can do it indoors with the lights. So I'm going to turn it back over, and look forward to sharing many more experiences.
Have you ever seen so many gorgeous people in your life other than on this Zoom right now? We just absolutely love this. We are all different races, we are all different religions, all different cultures, but we all have, and living in all different places, houses, mini mansions, apartments, tenements, projects. We are everywhere because the Tower Garden can fit any and everywhere, and health is something that we all deserve. It should be our right, and that's one of the things about this community. One common goal we have is to help each other get as healthy as possible. So, thank you. With that, I would like to call on Sunday Hicks to close us out.
Yes, I'm going to keep it very short. Always love watching the video. Josephine, are you on the call? I'm on my phone, so I'm not seeing everyone. Is Josephine on the call? If you are, can you tell us about the new 24 Club person? Can we give a shout out or congratulations to the 24 Club?
Are you talking about me?
Yes, of course I'm Kamunto. I'm talking about you. Yes. Do you know about
thanks.
connected to you?
Listen, no, I actually don't know her. I just saw that one, but she just wrote in our chart here. She is currently in Cameroon. Do you see, guys, how amazing this business is? So Sister Priscilla's son just hit 24 Club, and if you're here, a club is a big deal. So she's really changing lives. So between her and her team, they have impacted thousands of lives to enjoy better health. So I don't know her personally, but like Hadrian said, we are one happy big family, and we are all celebrating her promotion and her 24 Club. And give it up for her, guys.
Yes, awesome.
Doing a lot of work for that. And believe it or not, she is in Cameroon in West Africa, and she is earning supplemental income while enjoying time with the family there. She's not clocking in. She's not trading time for dollars. Isn't that incredible? I'm just so excited for her and for all of us, because that's what we're aspiring to do as we inspire everyone to be healthy. So thank you, Sunday.
Yes, thank you. And Annette, please get back to the person that invited you. I seen in the chat that you wanted the number for Juiceplus. We like to respect everyone that invites everyone to the call, so that person can get that credit. So please get back to the person that invited you. And if you cannot, you can reach out to myself or Adrian or Beverly, and we will help you find the person that invited you to this community. With that being said, we come here every Saturday at 8 p.m. We hope we inspired you. We want to give thanks to all our guest speakers, all our hosts, and please get back with the person that invited you on this call. Everyone have a blessed night.